One of the things that happens is when we get stressed out and when we get rejected and when we get angry, our anger makes us non-relational or brings our relational circuits, our relational abilities way down. So to get that back up, I mentioned gratitude. And one of the other things I want to talk about now is breathing. One of the things, breathing is so essential. In fact, in the scripture, the word spirit, pneuma, means wind or breath or spirit. In Hebrew, it's similar. So when we breathe, we want to breathe from the belly, from the abdomen. So lean back just a bit. Put a hand here on your belly. Most of us are chest breathers. And what we want to do is actually your abdomen should expand as you take a breath in. So let's try that. Let's try to breathe. And opera singers know this, right? It's all here. It's diaphragm. When your belly comes out, your diaphragm, which is a huge muscle, drops down and your lungs expand fully. When you just chest breathe and just expand this way, your lungs don't get a full breath in. You don't get all the air that you need. But most of us, since we're always trying to, suck our gut in and our waist and, stand strong, we typically are chest breathers, which is not always healthy. So we're going to practice some belly breathing now, and many of us need to actually lay down flat to do this, but just reclining a bit will work. So let's just do a few of those, just quietly now. Hand on the belly. And as you breathe in, your belly should come out. As you breathe out, it should go in. Maybe for some of you, it may be very, very strange. Just keep doing that. In and out. I was working with a friend of mine. 3 months it took us to get him to do a belly breath. So if it's hard for you, you are not alone. Most of us just have this trained habit. We're always breathing from the chest. And when we do that, it signals our brain that there's some danger and to put in more stress chemicals to our system. When we start to breathe from the belly, it signals the brain and the body, oh, there must not be any danger. You can relax. And what you'll find is some of you, you'll actually start to yawn. This is, as we breathe from the belly, it does relax us. So don't feel bad if you're starting to yawn. That's part of it. So what we're going to listen to now is me doing some breathing counts. On my website, you can look at that, and there are many different breathing counts, starting with 2 every 2 seconds, every 3 seconds, every 4 seconds, every 5, up to 8. So you can figure out where your breathing rate is, and you can find one that will match your rate typically. You don't want to feel like you can't get your breath, and you don't want to feel like this is too fast for me, or you'll get lightheaded. Some of them have an inhale which is less than the exhale. That's also on purpose. If you exhale longer than you inhale, it also tells your brain there's no danger. Because when we hyperventilate, we typically breathe in more than we're breathing out. And that gives us more oxygen. We get rid of the CO2 and we get lightheaded. So breathing in for a count, this is a breathing in for a count of 3 and breathing out for a count of 4. So with a hand on the belly. 2, 3. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Inhale. 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 2. Okay, that's just a sample, just less than a minute of some of this breathing. And what I'm going to do now, that's something my wife and I will listen to a breathing like this before we sleep, because it does start to make you sleepy. But if you have enough rest, it actually can help you clear your mind. All of the anxiety, all of the stress, all of those stress chemicals, as you're breathing, especially if you're breathing out more than you're breathing in, that will allow your body to get rid of the chemicals, but also your frontal lobes will begin to function much better. The stress chemicals really excite the fear center of your brain, which means you just want to make the problem go away. You're not particularly creative. And what we want in our personal relationships and in our spiritual lives, we want to be creative. I'm going to give you a sample now of an exercise that we have that I've set to music. That was a 3-second in, 4-second out. And we're going to do one now that's 4 seconds in and 4 seconds out. It's called breathing melodies. So what we've done is set some of the little tunes that I write, we've set it to music. And so this one is from Psalm 100. So again, this is 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. Same thing, let's breathe from the belly. It's very important you're always breathing from the belly when you do these. And then I'll have a cue here that will also say, I'll say, this time I'm just going to be saying breathe. I won't say inhale or exhale. So you pick the cycle you want. It's either breathe in or breathe out. Breathe means breathe in or breathe out. Now I also will be saying smile. And smile means smile and breathe in or out. So don't forget to breathe in or out, but smile. As we smile, we take in information differently. So this is from Psalm 100, and it's...
Give thanks to God and enter his gates. Breathe. Enter his gates with thanksgiving. Smile. Give praise to God and enter his courts. Breathe. Enter his courts with praise. Breathe. Give thanks to God and enter his gates. Breathe. Enter his gates with thanksgiving. Smile. Give praise to God and enter his courts. Breathe. Enter his courts with praise. Breathe. Give thanks to God and enter his gates. Breathe. Enter his gates with thanksgiving. Smile. Give praise to God and enter his courts. Breathe. Enter his courts with praise.
Okay, that's just a little demo. I just wanted to show you. So my wife and I will do usually one of those melodies each night before we sleep. It gets our mind focused on a scripture. All of these are scripture, and also on God, but also the breathing. There's something about breathing in the scripture, breathing in these words, and it is a form of meditation on the scripture. It's maybe a new form to many of you. It's something I believe that God has sort of gifted me in a number of areas, and one of them is to help people to focus, because I believe so much of our culture is unable to focus because of these devices. And so to be able to help people breathe and as you breathe, to stop stimulating, to start to slow it down. People are finding that they can pray more easily. They can hear from God. They can understand Scripture more clearly. And so just something to experiment with. I don't think it's the cure-all, but it is a step, I believe, in the right direction. And our culture certainly needs more of those steps. So thank you.